First of all, it's great to be in Cannes again, and we're a marquee sponsor. We believe in supporting the advertising, the creative community. So it's really a great chance for us to get the Microsoft word out and all the exciting things that we're doing to marketers, creative types, and our agency partners as well. The first thing that I think people should understand is we have really started focusing on consumers as the center of all the experiences that we're building. So it doesn't matter if you're on MSN, or if you're on Skype, or if you're on the Xbox, or if you're on Windows 8 and using any one of those services, consumer centricity and making sure that the consumer experience is one that is always held out as the premium is the focus of all of our ad and brand building work. The most interesting executions that we're doing with big advertisers, and I'll use Ford as an example, who has decided that they have got a particular challenge, and they tested in the UK market the viability of a new vehicle that they were going to launch. They didn't know what supply was. They had no idea what, because they hadn't really planned any kind of production for it. They didn't know what demand looked like. So they first began on the PC, where they ran a sort of a CPA trying to drive campaign, trying to drive registrations in their CRM database. And then with that, they got a sense of how high is interest. They then went and created a virtual scavenger hunt where they said to all Londoners, go find this invisible car using the GPS on your car phone and an app that happened to sit on the Windows Phone platform. And then once they were done with that, they went back to Skype and to the Xbox, where they started doing configuration type deals and drove traffic into dealerships in order to schedule test drives. And they were able to get certain amounts of credit off of a car should they actually sign up for that configured vehicle. So that's an example of a cross-platform execution that we were able to do to drive a particular campaign all the way through the sales funnel. From awareness, where you mainly have a brand message, down to let me get an outcome that I can really put ROI against. We have not traditionally been as linked into the creative agencies as we are today. And one example of that, you asked about Windows 8 earlier, and we're going to be making 5 co-ideation announcements here this week, and also announcing the unveiling of our brand new Pano ad unit, which is a particular ad unit that's native to Windows 8, so that we get into an application using either any one of our first-party apps, Skype, the travel, finance, sports, etc. apps on Bing, or any of the third-party apps that take advantage of this particular creative ad unit. You really get a very immersive experience, and that's what we're trying to drive with the creatives, is give us ideas about how you can bring you can bring challenges from your customers into the world of brand building on Windows 8 using all this technology that you haven't had exposure to in a while. Well, the Xbox One is an unbelievable piece of technology. That's probably first and foremost. I could go into specs about the way that we built the microphone, the camera technology in the Kinect, the way that that's built into the Xbox console itself, internet connectivity, all blah, 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 blah. I could do that. That's not really what advertisers are interested in. They're interested in how it's become much more than a gaming platform. The fastest growing demographic on Xbox today is females aged 18 to 39, who happen to be the chief decision makers on purchases in most households around the world. And so when you think about where the Xbox is positioned, it's no more just for the hardcore gamer. It's no longer for just the 18 to 25-year-old male. It is for entertainment purposes broadly. And we just couldn't be more excited about what's coming out here in the fall timeframe with Xbox One. The Xbox has really become much more than a gaming console. We have, in the last year, opened up a production facility in Hollywood that's designed to create original programming for the Xbox itself. And so this is additive to some of the original programming work that we've done in sponsoring events on the Xbox, which has been a very big market for advertisers who want to be part of that demographic and get their brand in front of that particular demographic. There's over 75 million consoles worldwide, over 40 million Xbox Live subscribers worldwide. And so when you think about the opportunity to cable cutters who want to get past their cable TV subscription, that they've got a hard link into the infrastructure and instead use all the power of the internet to do things beyond just being able to consume content, but also interact with people. Skype is going to be a default application on the Xbox One as an example. So you'll be able to have all sorts of great communication experiences. The box is 100% of the time connected to the internet, so it'll be able to take advantage of all the richness there. And the browser now comes to Xbox so that you can go from branded experiences on Xbox right into the site in order to do consumer applications on Xbox. And that'll be, I think, really exciting for marketers as well. So Skype is one of the most exciting social, I call it a social platform, because as opposed to post and then wait, which is what most kind of social opportunities are right now, Skype is a real-time example of how people, you're getting to be adjacent to the most personal, intimate conversations that people have, which is, for a brand marketer, very, very interesting. Now, as the curator of Skype, we've got to be very careful not to do anything that might thwart that particular experience and how powerful it's become. But a couple of data points for you. We've got over 300 million connected users, over 2 billion hours of Skype consumed a month. There are, each Skype call on average lasts about a half an hour. I mean, it's just a phenomenal environment that's starting to take over the way that people communicate. And in addition to what we typically know Skype for, which is video calling between two people, there's also the ability to do instant messaging, integration with Outlook.com, and SMS type messaging. At the same time, you're able to also do regular Skype to phone handset calling. So it's really an all-purpose communication device.
So how do advertisers play in that environment?
Well, we've got a number of different ways that advertisers are playing, and we're building more ad product as we speak. One of the most interesting is the conversational ad unit. We just had a customer in the UK, they're a glasses company. And so if you and I are having a conversation and you're interested in a new pair of glasses, I see you're wearing some right now, you may not like that the frame that you've got on today. Let's say you want to choose a couple of different frames. The ad unit itself will let you select different frames, and as your friend, I can tell you what looks best on you. So that's a great way of being able to use not just Skype as a communication vehicle, but Skype as an interactive brand messaging vehicle.